Shalom Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushai Bashim, Rukakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. And salutations to all the Akim and all four corners of earth who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom Akim. I want to get into this article. And it's, this morning when I was getting ready for work. Well, it's been the talk for the last month, and this morning when I was going to work, news reporters and everybody, they're here. And they're trying to find out about these reparations and stuff. And they were interviewing a politician or two that was here in Evanston. They got these nigga women who have made it to this politician seat here in Evanston, which is something that's rather new because within the last few years, since Obama's been in office and stuff like that, Esau has been opening up doors for Jake to go ahead and get into these political seats. And so Evanston is one of those towns, man, where it's been happening at, they want to say progressive movement, but it's not really progressive because at one point in Evanston, just a little backdrop history about it, we had our own side of town, community, you could say. Before I was born, my family, my uncles, my great uncles and all that, my grandfather and them, they have plaques and all sorts of awards and accolades for sports things that they did at the high school and stuff. Back in the day, Jake, you just didn't play basketball or football. You did all the sports. When you went to school, you did everything. So my uncles did swimming, track, football, all the stuff that's out there now, but just a bunch of different other sports and activities. I also have an uncle who was, we had a hospital in Evanston for us that we had to go to because Esau, we couldn't go to Evanston Hospital. My uncle did heart surgery at one of the hospitals, so I have my family on my mom's side has a rich history here. And with that being said, I do know that through the gentrification laws and different laws that were set into play that, we lost a lot of those, a lot of the area. It's gone. It's no longer just Jake area anymore, Esau is taking it over. He's putting stores in some of these areas, or he just combined everything. We had our own school system. We had to go to our own schools. My mom was one of the last in the generation that had to go to the King Lab school, which my grandfather was the head custodian there, and he actually was the head custodian for all of the schools in Evanston. But nevertheless, let me get onto this because, which leads me to say today, I'm seeing we have a lot more politicians in office, and Esau is putting them in that play because the system is falling, and our people, they're trying to cling on to something that's falling. And this devil knows that this is just a play upon your emotions, man. That's all it is. They really think that they're going to get reparations. How can you give reparations out? I've been reading different articles, and they said that the way they want to give it out is they don't want to give the money directly to the people. They'd rather give it to let them put it in college funds and this and that. This devil is trying any way to put you on a high pedestal and then bring you down, pull it right from under you. He's going to tell you how to spend your money and tell you what to do with the money. But once again, it's just more BS because when you think back, I'm going to give you some more history about Evanston because it's got a bloody history. It's got a bloody past. The Lord doesn't deal with lies and stuff like that, man. He deals with righteousness, and this place was gotten on blood. Where Northwestern sits, Gad was all through this area, and speaking about the 1800s, I'm going to read a little history. Let me bring it out before I get into this article. Here's a picture of the founder of Evanston, and one thing we always knew, especially I think coming up in school around here, we knew that this guy was he hunted Gadites, man. He was a well-known Gadite killer. I'm going to bring up the war in which he held down Colorado. He was a governor of the Colorado territory. And I'm trying to read and find out how he got to be the Evanston mayor. I mean, not the Evanston, but the founder, because Northwestern was already here. And Northwestern was founded in 1855. They got the commission from the city of Chicago because this was farmland. They went on ahead and got the commission. City of Chicago gave them this piece. Northwestern this piece over here called Evanston. Northwestern was founded in 1855. Evanston was founded in 1863, and this guy right here is the so-called founder of it. But he has a trail of blood on his hands, man. Let me bring out this. This is they said he was Salaki. Let me go back. He says Evans was forced to resign the governorship in 1865 for his role in instigating the Sandy Creek Massacre, one of the worst massacres of Native Americans in U.S. history. So this was a bad man we're dealing with. And it said he resigned in 1865. Evanston was founded in 1863, so he lasted 2 years as a top dog here. Even though, I mean, it's like he did his thing 2 years here. But let me read this. He says, the Sandy Creek Massacre, also known as the Covington Massacre, the Battle of Sand Creek, or the Massacre of Cheyenne Indians, was a massacre of Cheyenne and Arapaho people by the U.S. Army in the American Indian Wars that occurred on November 29th, 1864. 1864, when a 675-man force of the 3rd Colorado Cavalry under the command of U.S. volunteers John Covington attacked and destroyed a village of Cheyenne, Arapaho people in the southeast Colorado Territory, killing and mutilating an estimated 70 to 500 Native Americans, about 2/3 of whom were women and children. The location has been designated the Sandy Creek Massacre National Historic Site and is administered by the National Park Service. This was a part of a series of events known as the Colorado War. Just to give you a little backdrop about our friend, Mr. John Evans, who is known in history for that. Just wanted to give you a little backdrop on that. Let you know that the people who founded this city, this area, they had blood on his hands. He has blood on his hands. It was an Edomite, and fast forward to today, with the system falling. Now our people, they really believe that this system is going to give them, a bone, throw them a bone, so to speak. And this John Evans guy, though, he had a history. He was doing massacres on the Gad. So imagine what he did to Gad when he came over in this area. Over at Northwestern, they have a little bit of history upon it. And I could probably do some more research upon John Evans to find about the natives that he was killing around here, But let me read this out real fast. This is Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, man. So these guys, so Esau can go around, he can slaughter, and once he takes over these areas, he just names it after himself, And but at the end of the day, this place has to go, man. Death and destruction has been bought by Esau. He's a supreme destroyer, man, waster. And so he for whatever he wants to take, he'll use that sword, man, and that's what he's been blessed with. But let me read a little bit of this article because it's going to make you even madder. It said the city of Evanston is supposed to become the first municipality in the United States to offer reparations to black residents to compensate for past discrimination, as a controversial policy reveals growing support. Evanston City Council voted 8-1 on Monday to approve a plan that would distribute $400,000 to eligible black households. The first phase of the initiative will provide $25,000 to a small number of black residents for home repairs, down payments, or mortgage payments. I'm gonna stop right here for a second. Now, if Evanston, like I just said at the beginning, we had our own area where Jake was. That's no longer there. We got ran out either because of taxes. In the 90s, coming into the 2000s, they had something called a beautification law they came out with. And for some odd reason, all of our houses, were done the way that we wanted. They wanted a certain amount. They wanted a certain siding on the houses. So it forced Jake to pull out these loans, and these loans, which in return, some of them couldn't pay those loans and lost their houses because they were already paying mortgage and tax. Now they had to pay a loan for these guys to come and fix the siding on their houses. The city of Evanston felt it necessary, like I said, to enforce this beautification law. And if you did not abide by it, they would send penalties to your house. You had to pay a tax or something to that effect. So because I remember my grandfather, we owned our house, and we had to take a loan out and get that siding and stuff done. And you had to get windows done and a bunch of stuff. A lot of things had to get done, and it had to been done in a short time. So a lot of Jake lost their houses because those were three major bills. They had to pay taxes, mortgage, and this beautification, taking out a loan to get your house done. So I don't know how many, and it's a small number right now. And that section that we stayed in, is smaller and it's dwindling. A lot of the people are dying off their old, and once again, they're losing their houses because of taxes and stuff. So this is, once again, Esau playing games. And instead of just giving them the money, they're going to tell them what to do with the money, put it in house repairs, down payments, or a mortgage. That's just buying back into the system. And so these politicians, which you're going to read some more in here, they're all for this system, man. I went to school with one or two of them. And when you speak to them even now, you can just tell it's a Nick woman pride that they're in politics. They think they've done something. They've made it. But they ain't done nothing, man. You ain't done the Lord's work. You ain't out here letting them know what's getting ready to happen in Babylon, really, Because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to build here in Babylon, You'd be trying to seek the Lord and trying to build a rapport with the Lord, man. Because this place is done with. Let me continue on. The move stems from the passage of the 2019 resolution, a commitment to end structural racism and achieve racial equality. It'll never happen here in Babylon. America, they say some Edomites were at a Boston Red Sox game. As racist town Boston is, they pulled out a sign. It was a huge sign. One of those sheets, like they connected sheets and sewed it on and ran it down the thing, and it was on SportsCenter. I'll never forget that because they read it on SportsCenter. They said racism is as American as apple pie is. And man, those people, those Boston police were so mad they put that up because one thing America has is a problem. They don't want to accept the truth, and America has not been nice to us, Israelites, and our own people don't want to acknowledge that. They want to sweep it under the rug just as well as Esau does. They want to pull out slavery out of the history books that they give to the kids nowadays. These are the different things and tactics they'll try to do to you. Look at this, they're trying to give them some money. What is it, a gift from the heart, man? The Lord speaks about that, man. And this bogus gift, this is bogus, man. Let me continue. It says, in structural racism. Why all of a sudden they want to come out in structural racism? We've been trying to do this for the longest, man. It says, which aim to address the historical wealth and opportunity gaps that African American and Black residents of Evanston experienced. Once again, Evanston is a very wealthy place. Yes, it is. But where we stayed at, we had houses, and a lot of Jakes lost it for some reason or another. Now you go over here, you go east. We have the lake. All lakefront is real rich, expensive mansions and stuff. Huge houses. They even film movies in some of these areas. Letting you know this place is a joke, man. And it says, under the plan, Evanston will use community donations and revenue from a 3% tax on recreation marijuana to create reparation fund. The city of 73,000 people, located just north of Chicago, pledged to distribute $10 million over the next decade and will dole out the first $400,000 to aid Black residents with housing. And there's more to this article, but I just wanted to bring out the logistics and how our people are running and fleeing and jumping up for joy. Oh wow, we go be good. We go with this and that. They're giving us some money now. Yeah, right. It's Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them to go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, man. That's what you need to be doing in these days, man, because right now this devil system is falling. That's why he's trying to give out this money right now, man. He's doing anything. Look at all these different cases. You got so many brothers that got locked up for these marijuana and small seeds and stuff. A stick in your car got you 3 to 5 years in jail. And now they're gonna use that money, because it's legal now, to give you Negroes. And y'all going jumping up and down. Y'all jumping up and down for joy. You're losing it. But you're not seeking the Holy One, man. You're forgetting what your oppressors have done to you, and you're not seeking the Lord, man. So the Lord, in time, is going to turn his back upon you, So prepare for these hard times, man. Jacob's trouble is not no joke. And our people, because you trust in Egypt and you trust in your oppressor, the Lord has something for you, So thank the Lord for the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai for giving these eyes and these ears, to see this BS. So we could call out this BS, man. We ain't gonna be happy with no reparations or no $25,000 to help build a home or anything. We know what our job is, and we're doing it, and we're gonna do it as long as the Lord gives us the power to do it, man. and pray to stay on the Lord's right hand, man. You know. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this out real fast, and I hope this is edifying, man, because a lot of the people, you know, they jumping up and down for joy. This is experimenting at the same, and at the end of the day, you gotta remember, because I got another video I'm gonna do, because I forgot, somebody said that this money that we getting, man, is worthless. It's like trash, and it is. It's fiat currency. But I hope this is edifying. I don't want to continue on. I got another video coming up. Shalom, Akim.